Paige and I'm 30 years old. I'm a housewife who lives in a mansion with my husband, Chris, who works as a salaryman. We're a newlywed couple. He has two brothers, Henry, who works as a lawyer, and Wayne, who works at an IT company. Wayne, who is the second youngest, is still single, but Henry, who was the second oldest, has a wife called Mia, and they have two children called Nina and Hugo. It gets very loud when we all gather. When we had the New Year celebration the other day...
Wayne, I think you gained some weight. You should learn from Chris about how to lose weight, or you won't be popular among girls. I'm always sitting down at work, so I can't help being fat.
Dad, you can't point things out about people's appearance. You might be sued for contempt.
Yeah, Dad, you're a lawyer, so you should know better.
Hey, both of you! I know you admire your father, who's a lawyer, and like to copy him, but I told you not to make everything a crime. Oh, do Nina and Hugo want to become lawyers in the future?
Yeah! In the future, I'll become a more talented lawyer than my dad.
Me too. I'll be a lawyer and punish the bad guys one after another.
My family-in-law is really fun to be around. But a few months later, my father-in-law passed away. I thought my mother-in-law would feel lonely to live alone in their house, so Chris and I decided to move in with her. From my perspective, she was a very quiet and calm person. But a few days after moving in, when I was eating dinner with her and Chris... Hey, Paige, it's about the meal. But do you usually cook like this? I want you to cook more dishes. Oh, really? Okay, I'll cook more next time. Oh, and I actually don't like vegetables, so can you serve more meat? And the next morning... Hey, Paige, I thought I told you to serve more meat. Oh, yeah. So I'm planning to buy more meat when I go shopping for groceries before I make dinner tonight. So this morning I prepared some salmon that was left in the fridge. You have to follow what I said as soon as I tell you to. When my husband was still alive, he would yell at me that whenever he told me to do the housework, I had to work on it right away. You better do the same, Paige. Oh, okay. Can't she wait till dinner? She's acting like a little kid. Then Chris, who changed into his suit, joined us at the table.
Hey, Mom, what are you yelling about from early in the morning? Paige is preparing meals for you, so if you have any complaints, how about you cook for yourself?
That night, Chris told me he remembered something before he went to sleep. He said he thinks he saw his father yelling at his mother in the middle of the night in the living room. If you want to be lazy, get out of this house. I see. I guess his mother was originally a lazy person to the point that it was impossible to look after herself if she had to live alone. I bet she knew that well and followed her husband's orders even if she didn't want to. But since Chris scolded her, she never complained to me ever again. For a while, we were doing pretty good, so I was feeling relieved. But Chris had to go on a sudden business trip for a month. Since then, things got really hard. Paige! Huh? The night Chris left for his business trip, she yelled at me as soon as I sat down. I don't like vegetables, I told you this already. Since she told me that, I would serve vegetables in a large plate, so that we can get a portion of it ourselves if only we want to eat them. That's what I did. You put scallions on top of my egg and chicken. You don't have to serve it with a dish. Oh, I thought you were talking about the bowl of salad, but when we ate grilled chicken on sticks the other day, I remember you eating a lot of grilled scallions as well. There are days when I want to eat vegetables and when I don't want to. Today is the day I don't want to eat scallions. So don't serve me vegetables, okay? How many times do I have to tell you this to make you understand? Ugh, what an underachieving daughter-in-law you are. Since then, she would say very mean things to me. She would make fun of me, calling me a bad cook, and she'll complain about the small things when I cleaned and did the laundry. And thanks to her, I was mentally very tired every day. Of course, she would never help me with housework, and she'll either be watching TV in the living room or using her smartphones as she blasted her old favorite pop songs using the CD player. And one day, she said something unbelievable to me. Chris really resembles his dad. When he scolded me the other day, I thought my husband came back from the dead, and it really gave me chills. I used to be scolded by my husband all the time when he was alive, but Chris is spoiling you too much. It makes me so irritated. So it's so enjoyable when I see you struggling. Look, there's a strand of hair on the floor. Go clean it up. She was scared of his husband, so when Chris scolded her, I guess she was too scared to talk back, reminding her of her husband getting mad at her. That's why she didn't bully me for a period a while back. Actually, the sales of Chris's company is decreasing greatly right now, so I didn't want to make him worried about me when he's going through such a tough time. But I reached my limit when my mother-in-law told me that, so I ended up calling Chris, who was on a business trip, and told him everything about what she did to me. Then Chris scolded her again. She was mad about me telling Chris about what she did and insulted me, saying I was a horrible daughter-in-law, but she seemed really dejected. And Chris even told me that he'll end his business trip early so that he can come back home. But I felt too sorry to make him do that when his company is going through a tough time. Then Chris said that we should ask his brothers for help. But at that moment, I came up with a great idea. Actually, we were having a family gathering in a few days later to celebrate their mother's birthday. On the night before her birthday party, she seemed to be looking for something on the shelf located next to the computer in the living room. And... I will never forgive you if you don't prepare something better than what you usually cook tomorrow. Also, you made me look like a villain by telling Chris all sorts of lies, and I'm definitely gonna get revenge on that, so you better be prepared. I only told Chris about the truth. She then went back to her room with a blank DVD she took out from the shelf. And the next day, after the doorbell rang, she went to get the door and invited Henry, Wayne, Mia, Nina, and Hugo into the living room. Then she came into the kitchen where I was warming up the food. Hey, what are these? They're full of vegetables. Yes, to be petty, I prepared Japanese-style dishes that were full of vegetables. I was planning to break relations with her today. Yeah, we have kids with us today, so I thought I should cook a balanced and nutritious meal. After she breathed in angrily, she puffed out some air from her nostrils with a hum and took the plates of food I prepared to the living room where everyone was gathered around. Everyone, look at these horrible-looking dishes. Well, these are all we have today, so we can't help it. Go on, dig into the meals prepared by the horrible cook. As soon as she said that, the room went silent. I served the dishes along with my mother-in-law, but Henry, Wayne, Mia were surprised to hear her say that and looked shocked.
What are you saying, Mom? Were you referring to Paige when you said horrible cook?
I didn't know you were the type to say something like that. I completely understand their reaction. I never thought she was someone like this too. Reflecting back, it's been really hard since Chris went on his business trip. I have to free my frustration I've been feeling forever and finally get revenge on my mother-in-law today. Yes, I was perfectly prepared to make her have a great fall and make her hit rock bottom in her life. Alright, I'll ruin this day with my own hands. And make today the worst birthday you ever had in your life. I have reasons why I called her a horrible cook. Everyone listen! I've been bullied by her every day and I always felt miserable. Huh? After she said that, she took out the DVD she secretly held onto and put it high up in the air. I saw that videos exposing others are trending right now, so based on those videos, I also made one to expose Paige and compiled it into a DVD. I guess she wanted to get revenge on me for telling Chris about what she did to me and prepared this DVD. Alright, Paige, play this DVD right now using the DVD player. Quick! Why are you frozen to the spot? Are you too scared that your bad deeds are going to be revealed and unable to move? Nope, I'm about to burst into laughter imagining what would happen next. So I'm unable to move, too busy holding in my laughter. I managed to calm myself down and took the DVD from her hands. And... Okay, everyone, what I'm talking about in the video is actually how Paige really is. When I pressed play after inserting the DVD into the player as she told me to, Chris spoils you too much and makes me so irritated. Look, there's a strand of hair on the floor. Go clean it up. The video that she played on the TV was a recording of when she yelled at me the other day. When Henry, Wayne, and Mia saw that, they all gave cold looks to her. Wait, why? Where's my video exposing you? I secretly got into her room and changed the video she put so much effort into with this. She used the computer in the living room to edit the videos. Of course, I would use the computer in the living room, and it seemed like she wasn't too good at using machines. She always saved the videos that were half-edited on her computer every time. Thanks to that, I've been able to watch these videos since a long time ago. She didn't show any evidence in the video, and she would continuously make up stories of me abusing her. It was honestly a very boring video. As her birthday party was coming up, I saw that she was on the computer more often, so I assumed that she was planning to show the video to everyone today. So I secretly changed the video with the proof I've been recording to show that she was the one who was bullying me. Then she quickly unplugged the TV and DVD player from the electricity outlets. How dare you! Everyone! The video you just watched is what Paige randomly made, and it's all a lie! Don't believe her! Why are you all glaring at me? The mood is getting weird, so let's play some background music. Hey, Paige, come this way. Where is my DVD? As she said in a panicked manner, she went to get the CD player. And as soon as she played the play button, "You underachieving daughter-in-law and horrible cook! Just go to hell already!" Hearing her screams from the CD player, she was so surprised she fell on her butt. I not only had videos, but I also had voice recordings as proof of her bullying. I created albums named Bully Compilation 1 and Bully Compilation 2, and I compiled the voice recordings. When I showed her the pile of CDs I compiled, "Ma'am, which one do you want to listen to? You can choose whichever one you like. I'll play the one you choose as background music." What is this? You think you can do this to your mother-in-law? I'll never forgive you. Get out of this house right now!
Why does Paige have to be the one to leave?
Huh?
Chris and Paige are taking care of you, but how come you bully her like this?
Ma'am, you're horrible. I'm very disappointed. What? No! All the DVDs and CDs Paige made are all made-up lies she came up with.
Then I'll check if Paige's DVDs and CDs are edited, analyze them, and present you with results. Okay? It's my expertise, you know.
Huh?
Well, I assume it's not fake, and there's plenty of evidence. Paige, I'm very sorry on behalf of my mother. I want to be your help as a lawyer. If you want to ask for compensation or anything, you can always contact me.
Hey, Henry! You're betraying your own mother!
Grandma, you did something bad, right? Then you should admit your crimes. How embarrassing.
Hey, Nina, you too?
You must be part of an evil secret institution! You're our enemy, Grandma! I'll punish you according to the law! Yeah!
Like that, she was blamed by the kids too and was in tears as she hunched her shoulders.
Mom, we'll break relations with you.
Chris was standing by the door to the living room. What? Chris, I told you that you didn't have to come home when your company is going through a hard time.
I just couldn't leave you alone, Paige, so I secretly left work. Sorry, Paige. I'm sorry you had to go through this.
Chris!
Mom, get out of this house right now! Never show us your face ever again!
You have to be kidding! How am I supposed to make a living from now on?
You better think about that yourself. Right, everyone?
When all of us nodded after Chris's words, No way! Ah! She curled up into a ball on the floor and wept. After that, she was kicked out of the house, and it seemed like she was living off the money she got after selling her house and the money she inherited from her husband's death. But the lazy woman she is, she never went out to work and spent a lazy life every day. She also had to pay me compensation money, so it was impossible to live a lazy life like that forever, no matter how many savings she had. She couldn't pay for her rent anymore and was kicked out of her apartment shortly after. And then she trespassed into the attic of her old house where a new family already resided in. She was making a living by stealing food and valuable goods, but she soon got caught and was arrested. She was broadcasted on the news and made her grand debut on TV. Now she lives a lonely life in jail, being scolded every day. Serves her right. By the way, on the other hand, I'm glad that the sales of Chris's company are recovering. I no longer have to deal with my mother-in-law who loved to bully me, so I would hang out often and go out for dinner with Henry, Wayne, Mia, Nina, and Hugo. And I'm having a very fun life. We had a family lunch at my house the other day. Nina, Hugo, I have a present for you. Oh, Paige, thank you so much. Nina, Hugo, you should say thank you to Paige.
Okay, thank you, Aunt Paige. Wow, it's the Compendium of Laws.
Mine's the comic version. Thank you, Aunt Paige.
I found a kid's version, so I decided to get them for you.
Hey guys, the hot pot's ready. It's nice for the guys to cook sometimes, huh? I'll go get some rice for everyone.
Thanks so much. Wow, there's radish, cabbage, and a lot of other vegetables. Let's eat hot pot with lots of vegetables and stay healthy, both mentally and physically.
Thank you for watching! What kind of crazy people will we get to see next? Stay tuned for more!